Welcome to the Girls Division 4C Championship between Lebanon and Plants and Pillars, as the Oaks will play it up first from Plants and Pillars, and the layup is good by Emerson Tooch. And a 2-0 lead for the Oaks. They will be in those green uniforms going right to left. Lebanon in the white uniforms going left to right here this morning. First game of Championship Saturday. Once again, this is the 4C Championship, as Lebanon's Tori Martin shoots in the baseline. That wouldn't go, and then collected underneath by Tooch, and back the other way come the Oaks. Trying to work on the wing. That's stolen away. Cassie Martin into the front court. Goes underneath. Shot there, no good by Kerrigan Kern. And back the other way come the Oaks. On top, Tooch down the lane. Missed the layup. Rebound put back up off the top of the backboard and still almost went in. And back out of there with it comes Lebanon. Cassie Martin tried to work baseline back to the free throw line. 15-footer is good for Mary Griffith.
Boy, that was a quick shot. She didn't have to think about that.
And a 2-2 tie and a timeout. 30-second timeout. We're back here in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. Back to it here, a 2-2 tie early on in the first quarter. Oaks into the front court. Emerson Tooch again on the wing for Elizabeth Lauterbach, and now a jumper on the far side will go from Jenna Hartman, and back the other way comes Lebanon. Runner along the wing wouldn't go, and we got a whistle and a foul. Will be on Emerson Tooch. That's her first, team first on Plants and Pillars. To the free throw line goes Cassie Martin for Lebanon. First one rattles in. And Cassie will have one more. And that's good. Makes a pair, a 4-2 lead for Lebanon here as the Oaks will bring it up. Back to the baseline it goes. Runner there is no good from Paige Bartley. Now Griffith into the front court, off to Chloe Monk. The pass goes into the back court and will be Oaks basketball.
Oaks is setting it up, taking it on the right side. Take over, pass across court to Tooch. It's back across. Pass is blocked and intercepted. Now there's a jump ball to the middle of the court. And it'll be Lebanon ball. Martin bringing it around inside and setting it up for Lebanon. Pass it to the corner. Little fake one way. Give and go back in. Tries to go up. Gets it blocked. And they're going to call walking. Put the ball back over Plants and Pillars. Plants and Pillars out of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Okay, Plants and Pillars brings it up, sets it across, otherwise known as the Oaks. Little pass off to the left. Long shot by Tukes. Bounces out of bounds. It went off of Lebanon, so Plants and Pillars will get it back and have a chance to set up again. Bring it back out. Hartman driven up. Goes up. Nope. She's going to pass it off to the corner. Back out to Hartman. Hartman dribbles in. Passes over to Lauterbach. Lauterbach gives it over to Tuches. She loses the ball, and here comes Lebanon. Oh. And Tuches gets the ball back again.
What did I miss?
Not anything, really. Went back and forth.
And a whistle and a foul down low. As that will be on Chloe Monk. That's her first and team first for Lebanon. That's something I had to get out of my bag here at the last second. Figured I'd just go grab it now while I had the chance. 3 ball in the corner. That wouldn't go for Emerson Tooch. And the rebound carries out of bounds. It will be Oaks basketball here. 4:07 to go in our opening quarter. Off along the baseline, 3 ball. That's good. Triple for Emerson Tooch. Her first 3 of the game, and now a 5-4 lead for the Oaks.
Nice set shot from the corner over here.
So Martin working far side, pass into the post, and the layup there wouldn't go for Griffith, and now the Oaks back up with it.
Yeah, Reese with the rebound.
Hartman hands it back out. Now Jenna thought about shooting a 3 there, dumps it underneath. Little fadeaway jumper won't go for Paige Bartley, and cleared out by Lebanon.
Yeah, that was Mary Griffith's 3rd rebound for Lebanon already.
So 3:20 to go here in the first. It's a 5-4 lead for Plants and Pillars. Pass back over on the near side, picked up by Kerrigan Kern. Tried to go down low, and it's out of bounds. And you can lose your spot in this floor relatively easily. There's a whole lot of lines going everywhere.
Yeah, and there's 2 sets of them right there. She was inside of one, but not inside of the right one.
And it's not hard to do.
No, it's not.
In this court. The other 2 gyms are a little bit more well-defined. Even in there, though, it's a little bit difficult.
Yeah, it is.
Jumper inside wouldn't go, and now Lebanon will bring it back up.
Guess what? Mary Griffith with number 4 rebound.
Been a quick-moving first quarter here. On the baseline, that fired out of bounds. Well, almost out of bounds.
She caught it.
Saved along that baseline. And now stolen away out front by Hartman. Jenna fires it ahead, and the layup is good by Paige Bartley. And a 7-4 lead for Plants and Pillars. And a timeout. 2:15 to go in the first. 3-point lead for the Oaks. Back in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So Lebanon brings it in. Trailing 7-4. Good pass up the floor. Wow. And the layup good underneath by Tori Martin.
Well, that's a good job of pushing the ball up.
7-6 now the lead for the Oaks. Hartman Back over to Reese. Tried to go in the middle. That was knocked away and then tracked down by Cassie Martin. And Lebanon will bring it back up. Martin on the wing, goes baseline, try to go back in the middle. Swing it around. Good pass underneath, and that's blocked out of bounds. So it will stay with Lebanon here.
Oh, Tori Martin in the lineup for Lebanon. Oh, there's a long one.
Three's off the mark. Rebound tracked down by the Oaks. Hartman into the front court, passes it back across. That shot blocked, but a whistle and a foul. Then we'll go against Cassie Martin. That's her first and team second. And free throws coming up here for the Oaks.
That's pretty nifty, isn't it? Plants and pillars, the Oaks.
So free throw there is good. One more coming.
Tori Martin with the rebound, and here come Lebanon up the court, just across the timeline.
Which made one of two, making it an 8-6 lead here for the Oaks. A minute to go in the first. That's stolen away, and here comes Plants and Pillars again. Tooch into the front court, back to the middle of the floor for DeRosa, and we have a whistle and an offensive foul on Gloriana DeRosa. That's her first, team second.
That was about the most sedate offensive foul I've seen. Not saying she didn't do it. It's just it was not a very aggressive one. Nice pass.
Back in the wing, three ball. That's off the mark for Griffith. The run from the Oaks down the lane. Tooch ran over a defender, and that is charge. And I mean, she just trucked the defender. Second foul on Tooch.
She left no doubt.
Team third. And another timeout. We'll take one here. 22 seconds to go in the opening quarter. We're back with more in just a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. .20 seconds left here in quarter number one. An 8-6 lead for Plants and Pillars as Martin into the front court here for Lebanon. Gets it back. Down the lane. Throws up a runner. That banks around
nice
and in.
Job. Went off the left side of the lane there a little bit and put it off the glass.
Tied at 8. Down to 2 seconds. 1, and that'll do it for the first quarter. All tied up at 8. We'll head to quarter number 2. You're watching the NCSAA. Start of quarter number 2 here. Plants and Pillars all tied up with Lebanon Christian at 8-8. Pass it to the post. That's a nice move on the inside by Paige Bartley.
There we go.
And a 10-8 lead for the Oaks. Martin on the wing. Down the lane, kicks it off into the corner. 3 ball. Good.
Whoa.
Triple by, I think that's Chloe Monk. It is.
Yes, it is. She's standing over there waving her hands the last 2 or 3 times up the court. They finally got it to her, and she made use of it.
11-10 Lebanon. The Oaks play it in along that baseline. Hartman goes in the post. And we got a whistle and a foul down low. That will be on Tori Martin. That's her first, team third. And free throws coming up here for Gloriana DeRosa. Both of these teams relatively young. The Oaks only have 2 seniors on their roster.
And that's 14 girls.
A bunch of juniors and a couple of sophomores, though. It's free throw off the mark here. Lebanon has 2 seniors, 3 juniors, a couple of sophomores, and some freshmen. So both of these teams relatively young. Down to 7 minutes to go here in the half. 11-10 is the lead for Lebanon. Jumper on the wing, that's no good from Griffith. And the rebound down low to Olivia Reese. And the jump ball will give it back to Lebanon. Look it to the quarter. 3 there is partially blocked. It's deflected out of bounds, and it will stay with Lebanon.
Chloe came to the other side that time to get a shot off. And got it partially blocked and didn't get a chance to see if she could make it.
So out to the corner for Chloe Monk. Back out front. Wing 3, no good that time from Chloe. And the rebound taken down by the Oaks, and they'll bring it up.
Yeah, Miss DeRosa got that one.
Reese on the near side. Back up top to Hartman as Jenna swings it back over to Reese again. That pass almost got through, and we got a whistle and a foul, I do believe. Be on Cassie Martin. That's her second. Team fourth with 6:08 to go here in the half.
Danica Johnson in for Lebanon. Danica, I thought she looked small. She's just a freshman.
Couple of passes across, layup there.
Oh, I tell you what, there's a jungle there.
And not a whole lot of room to operate with, I'll tell you that. Everybody's just kind of packed in under the hoop.
There was 10 players, and about 7 of them were right there.
Martin down the lane. Good pass. That layup won't go. Speaking of everybody in the lane, all 5 defenders for the Oaks were in the lane. All 5 of them. And a travel will give it back over to Plants and Pillars.
They did. They were all there. There wasn't a single person outside. Oh, boy. Hartman.
It's down low. DeRosa on the wing for Reese. Back to DeRosa inside. Goes up off the glass and scores. So DeRosa with the bucket. 12-11 is the lead now for Plants and Pillars. 5 minutes to go here in our opening half. Back out top, long 2 is off the mark from Danica Johnson, and it will be Plants and Pillars basketball. Trying to go back along the baseline. Jumper off the mark by Lauterbach, and we have a whistle and an official's timeout. Looked like Mary Griffith might have gotten
She paid the
poked in
price.
the eye. I'm not sure, but she seems to be okay.
Yeah, she paid the price for that rebound. That was her 7th one already. She takes that defensive board seriously.
4:30 left to go in this first half. 12-footer is good by Tori Martin. Make it a 13-12 lead for Lebanon. Over on the near side, Reese now off to Bartley. Hartman out front, that's stolen away. Cassie Martin out on the run, good pass
Nice
ahead.
pass.
Layup, good in the foul.
Uh-oh. I got coach a little excited. He pulled a girl off the bench.
Olivia Reese with her first, team 4th. Now a 15-12 lead for Lebanon. A free throw upcoming here. Now 16-12. So the Oaks will play it in, trailing by 4. 3:58 to go in our opening half. Pull-up jumper from 12 feet won't go for Tooch. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and the Oaks will keep it. In the corner, 3-ball, good.
Whoa.
Emerson Tooch with a triple. That's her second 3 of the game.
Well, that was a nice inbounds play. Set the screen for her, got behind it, got the shot from the corner. Almost didn't have enough room to work.
16-15 Lebanon, 3:20 to go in the half. Three ball out front, that's off the mark. Bodies all over the place and people helping each other up, and here come the Oaks down the lane. Layup good. So Paige Bartley with the bucket. 17-16 Oaks lead, and now an end line violation, and that will give it back over to Plants and Pillars.
No, college I was called for that one time. I still swear I didn't do that, but get that foot over and the inbounds pass, touch the court before you get the ball out of your hands. You've committed a sin.
Up top 3-ball, that's short. Rebound underneath, and we have a jump ball. It will stay with the Oaks.
Oh, wow, here comes the United States Army in here. They're putting them all in. Shoot it.
Back out front along 2. That banks off, no good from Hartman, and the rebound tracked down by Cassie Martin. 2:38 to go in the half, and we have a timeout to Lebanon. Take another one here. We'll be back with more in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. 17-16 is the lead for the Oaks. 3 ball in the wing. That won't go. From Chloe Monk.
Oh, Bartley's third rebound right there.
So back off into the corner. Oaks try to work to the middle of the floor. Back out front, Tooch for 3.
No.
That's no good. And the rebound to Lebanon, down to 1:45 to go in the half. And that won't go, and cleared out here by the Oaks.
Paige Bartley again.
1:30 to go in the half. Down the lane, that layup is good by Gloriana DeRosa.
She looked over and saw that avenue right down there, and there was nobody in that side of the bucket. She just drove right down and laid it in.
19-16. Loose ball for a second now, pass to the outside, and I don't think there's much of a foul in that. I think she just fell over.
It wasn't a foul there. In fact, the guy closer to it, over there, he didn't even call it.
So Elizabeth Lauterbach picks up her first, team 5th, as Riley Whitehill checks in for the Oaks.
And lot ball back in there again. Lot ball.
So Lebanon with 50 seconds left, trying to get a little bit closer here, trailing 19-16. Shot in the baseline, blocked, and then picked up, and the Oaks will push it up the floor. Hartman into the front court. Back off to Whitehill. Now on the wing for Bartley. Hartman from 15 feet. That won't go. Rattled out. Tipped out of bounds. And it will be Oaks basketball.
I like DeRosa's hustle there. She was boxed out, but she wouldn't give in to Griffith. Ended up fighting all the way out, and they got the ball back.
23 seconds to go in the half.
Uh-oh.
Inbounds pass goes out of bounds. And now Lebanon will get it back for possibly the last shot of the half. Martin goes to the free throw line. Jumper there is good by Tori Martin. 19-18, down to 5 seconds to go in the half.
Shoot it.
And no shots at the end of the half. We'll head to the second half. 19-18 is the lead here for Plants and Pillars. Take a break. Actually, we got to go through your first half stats, don't we? I almost completely forgot to do that. For Lebanon, 3 points for Janica Johnson, including 1 of 1 from the line. 2 for Mary Griffith, 1-3 for Chloe Monk. 4 points for Cassie Martin, including 2 of 2 from the line, and 6 for Tori Martin. 1 of 7 from three-point range for Lebanon. 4 Plants and Pillars, 6 points for Paige Bartley. 9 for Emerson Tooch, including 2 threes and 1 of 2 from the line. Gloriana DeRosa with 4 points. She was 0 for 2 from the line. Plants and Pillars, 2 of 5 from three-point range.
All right, Lebanon. For rebounds, we have Mary Griffith with 7 already in the first half. 7 rebounds. Cassie Martin had 3. Tori Martin had 1. And Kerrigan Kern had 1 as well, for a total of 12. For Plants and Pillars, Jenna Hartman had 1. Paige Bartley had 4 rebounds. Olivia Reese had 2. Abby Nichols had, Emerson Tooch had 2. And Gloria DeRosa had 3 for a total of 12. So rebounds, they were actually tied in the first half, 12-12.
And at the half, 19-18 is the lead for Plants and Pillars. Take a break. Be back with your second half of this girls 4C championship here in just a minute. Actually, about 8 minutes to be exact. You're watching the NCSAA. Back as we start the second half of this girls 4C championship. A 19-18 lead for Plants and Pillars. The first of 7 championship games, 6 that will be broadcasted here. One will just be a video feed, and we have what ends up being a jump ball when it gets stuck in between the rim and the backboard like that.
If we had a guy here, they got it stuck really good.
There we go. All right, so the Oaks will play it in, leading this one 19-18, just underway here in our second half. Jenna Hartman off on the baseline to Bartley. Trying to swing it back up. Emerson Tooch down the lane, no. Well, we do have a whistle and a foul. Be on Mary Griffith. That's her first and team 5th. And Emerson Tooch to the free throw line. 1 of 2 from there so far today. That one rattles in. And she'll go 1 out of 2 again. 20-18 is the lead now for the Oaks. Cassie Martin trying to work back to the middle of the floor. Rolling the baseline to Griffith. Runner on the wing rattles off. And that goes out of bounds. So it'll stay with Lebanon. Lebanon Christian out of Lebanon, Pennsylvania at 9-3 on the year out of the Pennsylvania Athletic Conference, coached by Craig Griffith.
Yeah, well, we're close to Hershey, Pennsylvania, we found out yesterday. About 10, 15 miles away, I think.
Out front 3 ball, good, straight on triple for Emerson Tooch. That is her 3rd 3 of this game. 23-18, the lead for the Oaks.
Without a doubt, she's their outside scoring for it.
Martin into the front court. Move to Tori Martin. And back to Cassie. 6:30 to go in this 3rd quarter. This ball tracked down by Cassie Martin. Tried to go inside. And reach in foul on Elizabeth Lauterbach. That's her 2nd. Team 1st this half. By the way, when I said team 5th before, it was a team 1st this half for Lebanon.
Yeah, we are
on the other side. We're in 3rd quarter, not the first half. So both sides with 1 team foul.
And DeRosa with an rebound. That's her 5th one. 4th one.
Jenna Hartman up the wing. Back to the free throw line. Jumper there is off the mark by Lauterbach. And there should be 3 seconds or something in here. Travel is finally called. Gloria DeRosa was surrounded by defenders and was just spinning around. And got to be either a travel or 3 seconds or something.
Oh, she had them all sides of her swinging away.
5:50 to go in the 3rd. 23-18, the Oaks lead it. Loose ball on the far side. And we have a jump ball, and it will be, or they call it a foul. Or 30-second timeout. Well, who had possession enough to, okay, well, in any case, we'll take a break. Be back in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. 23-18, so Plants and Pillars use a timeout. They will bring the ball back up the floor. They're down to just 2 left, though, as they've gone through 3 of their timeouts here early. And up with it off the turnover is Chloe Monk. Top Griffith trying to go down the lane. Somehow dribbled through that whole thing. Deflected back out front, and then we have a whistle and a foul.
That wasn't a foul. That was an accident there, see?
So Lauterbach will pick up her 3rd foul, team 2nd. And Abby Nichols into the lineup for the Oaks.
One thing I say for girls, they run over each other, but they help each other back up again.
Typically, that's true, yes.
A lot of times that's true. That's what they've done it a number of times today. They stop right in the middle of play. And
3 ball in the corner is going triple for Chloe Monk. That's her 2nd 3 of the game.
I was watching those girls warm up, and they can shoot.
23-21, the Oaks with the lead. Pass along the baseline, skips out of bounds, and it will be Lebanon basketball.
Yeah. That was right at Paige Bartley's feet. She tried to corral it, but she went it sliding out of bounds with the ball.
On the wing it goes to Martin. Underneath, and the layup good by Mary Griffith.
Mary Griffith, yeah.
And we're tied at 23. 4:30 to go here in the 3rd. Jumper on the wing wouldn't go. Okay, with it comes Cassie Martin. Down the lane, lost it, picked up, layup off the mark, tracked down by Kerrigan Kern.
And Martin going around the side.
Cassie Martin all the way down the lane. That's no good. And the rebound to DeRosa. 4 minutes to go in the 3rd.
DeRosa, no.
On the baseline had that blocked. And it will be Lebanon basketball. So Felicity Zimmerman in the lineup for Lebanon.
Zimmerman is one of our family names, by the way.
Zimmerman is?
Yes, on Granny Chapel side, her whole family was Zimmerman.
I had no idea.
I didn't think you did.
First time I've ever heard that one. Jumper on the wing is good, but we had a travel before that. Yeah. So we'll be Oaks basketball. Tooch brings it up into the front court. The free throw line for DeRosa. Tooch open for 3. That won't go. And rebound underneath to the Oaks. Back out front. Another 3. That's off the mark. 3:10 left to go in the 3rd. All tied up at 23. Martin out front. Cassie goes off on the wing. Jumper there is no good by Griffith. And the Oaks will bring it up.
Bartley with her 5th rebound, 6th rebound.
Pass in the middle of the floor is stolen away, and then we got a whistle and a foul. That will go on Jenna Hartman. That's her 1st, team 3rd. On the lane, runner off the mark, and Oaks will keep going here.
I must have thought a whistle blowing because they all stopped.
One thing about playing here is you keep going until somebody makes you stop. Foul on Cassie Martin. That's her 3rd, team 2nd. Because just in case you're wrong, I mean, they'll stop you if you keep playing.
Yeah, they will. We had It's just this morning.
Free throw off the mark. And Paige Bartley will have one more coming. Boy, there hasn't been a point in a while.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering what the score was. Boy, they haven't added to it. Okay.
Second free throw is off the mark. Then it's tipped out of bounds, and it will be Lebanon basketball. So back up with it comes Cassie Martin. Go back on the wing, off to Martin again. Ran out of room and threw it away, but tracked down by Tori Martin. Tori
nice
off to
draw.
Cassie,
Oh, nice.
and the layup is good.
Put that up left-handed off the glass. I thought it was going to roll off the side, but it managed to hang on.
25-23 Lebanon. Hartman in the front court fires a three. That's off the mark. And it will be Lebanon basketball.
Well, let's see. Pillars and Plants needs a stop right here. I guess it's Plants and Pillars.
Out front, the runner banks in for Cassie Martin. Now 27-23. Lead for Lebanon. 1 minute to go in the third. As sails ahead, DeRosa tracks it down. Hartman goes in the post. The turnaround jumper is no good. Rebound back up, no, but a whistle on a foul. So that will go on Mary Griffith. It's her second, team third. And Gloriana DeRosa at the line. First one's off the mark. Well, free throws have been a problem for the Oaks. They are 2 of 9 from the free throw line. And now 2 of 10.
That's a good way to lose games, but not a good way to win games.
I know what that feels like. Our team on multiple occasions shot 8 for 25 or worse. So I'm very well familiar with how that go. I think one of our games we shot 8 for 27 from the free throw line.
My.
Underneath, layup is good by Mary Griffith.
Wow.
29-23.
Talking about they hadn't made a point score. Now they've scored 6 in a row here.
On a 25 seconds to go in the third. DeRosa looked underneath, threw it away, and that should be Lebanon ball, and is.
Is he coach?
Yep. So a little bit of full court pressure here for Oaks. Lebanon will play it in. Cassie Martin up into the front court here. Man-to-man defense from Oaks. And that picks off back on the run. Comes Emerson Tooch down the lane, lays it in. Nope, that's a charge, and that's not a bad call either. Emerson created some contact and got the layup to go, and he'll wave that off, and Emerson will pick up her third foul. Team fourth.
Bad thing was it wasn't even necessary. She could have gone ahead and shot it.
Shot a regular layup. That will do it for the third quarter. 29-23 is the lead for Lebanon here. We'll head to quarter number 4 of this girls 4C championship. Back in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. So fourth quarter here, we have a whistle and a foul on that shot.
Joy Martin going down the left side again. She seems to like that side real well. She's done that several times now.
I believe this is on Elizabeth Lauterbach. That would be her fourth. And team fifth, a free throw off the mark. And one more coming. That's off the mark as well. 7:50 to go in the game and a 6-point Lebanon lead. Up front with it is Tooch. Goes in the post, spin move. The shot won't go for Bartley, and then it gets tapped out of bounds, and it will be Lebanon basketball.
Things are not going well for Plants and Pillars.
Up with it comes Martin. Cassie gives it off in the middle of the floor to Tori Martin, who will lay it in. And it's 31-23. 7:17 to go in the game. Pass goes in the post to Rosa, ran out of room. Now back out front, Tooch had it taken away from her. And Cassie Martin down the lane, missed the layup, but we have a whistle and a foul.
One referee called it a block off the fingers, and the other called it a foul.
Well, that's on
and it will be a
Elizabeth
foul.
Lauterbach, and that is her fifth foul. And team sixth. So into the lineup for Plants and Pillars comes Abby Nichols.
Abby Nichols, a junior forward.
So free throw here is off the mark.
By the way, I'm in favor of passing a rule. And when you're shooting free throws, you can't walk around and pat their hands and back over again.
It actually is supposed to be a rule. Is that free throw off the mark? That was a point of emphasis a few years ago, and then it just kind of got.
It gets carried away.
For sure, at the college level, that was really supposed to be a point of emphasis. That goes all the way through, and it will be Lebanon basketball. But you're not supposed to do it at the high school level either, really. The one thing they did take away fairly effectively was the meeting at the free throw line.
Oh,
remember that?
Yeah.
Every time there was a foul, everybody would gather around at the free throw line and talk for 10 seconds. Like, no. And that's knocked out of bounds, and it will be Lebanon basketball. That has effectively been removed from the game pretty much at all levels.
That needed to be, too. That was,
yeah, it was a time waster. Shot on the inside wouldn't go. Tracked down, though, by Olivia Reese for Plants and Pillars, and they will bring it up. 6:20 to go in the game. 31-23 is the lead for Lebanon. A whistle and a foul.
Well,
go on Danica Johnson, her first, and team fourth.
The Oaks need a bucket.
That they do. Tooch down the lane, missed the layup with the left hand, gets her own rebound back and lays it up and in, though.
Boy, that was a shame she missed the first one. That was a nice move across the lane and with the left hand tossing back up there.
31-25.
But she didn't stop. Well, where'd they be without Tooch?
Cassie Martin knocked it off on the baseline. That's knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Lebanon, as into the lineup comes Madison Johnson. Good pass on the inside. Layup missed there, though, by Tori Martin. Rebound loose, and now Oaks will bring it back up. Hartman into the front court.
Pass a couple times and give it to Tooch.
It's the middle deflected, back out front. Tooch with it, now Hartman. Free throw line jumper, that's good. So
mark it down.
Jenna Hartman with her first 2 points of the game.
Just a little beyond the free throw line on the right-hand side.
31-27, 5:10 left. If it comes on the near side. Chloe Monk hands it off to Cassie Martin. Back to Monk. Runner on the baseline wouldn't go. And the rebound comes down to the Oaks.
A little soft touch would have gone a long ways there.
On the baseline, layup no, but a whistle and a foul. That will go on Mary Griffith. That's her third. Team fifth. Well, 4:44 left. It's 31-27.
There's these wonderful free throws. There we go. Make up time while the clock's not running.
Rose's free throw is good. 31-28, and we have a timeout. 4:44 left, 3-point lead for Lebanon. Back with more in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. Free throw here is good. DeRosa makes a pair. It's 31-29 out of that timeout. 4:40 left.
There's a nice job of those free throws. That makes up a 2-point deficit.
Out front again is Cassie Martin. Goes baseline back to the middle of the floor for Tori. Underneath, that wouldn't go. Put back up, no. And we got a whistle and a foul. So Gloriana DeRosa with her second. And team seventh. So bonus free throws for Lebanon from here on out. This will be 2 shots, though. So Griffith hits the first, making it 32-29. And that one off the mark.
DeRosa come down to rebound, and here comes the Oaks. That's good tie the game.
Ball in the corner. That's good. Triple for Emerson Tooch. That's her 4th 3 of the game. And we're tied at 32 with 4 minutes left to go.
She's got a nice shot.
Cassie Martin holding out front. And that pass thrown away. I'm not really sure what was going on there.
The only person over that way, closest one, was somebody from the other team. There was nobody in her team over there.
Hartman out front, swings it across. That's Reese trying to swing it back over. And DeRosa lays it up and in. Gloriano with the bucket.
Look at Coach.
Now 34-32, the lead here for Plants and Pillars. Down the lane, and the layup is good for Chloe Monk. And we're tied at 34, 3 minutes left. Jumper on the wing, 10-footer wouldn't go for Jenna Hartman. Put back up and in.
Wow, Jenna takes.
Paige Bartley with the bucket, 36-34. 2:40 left. It's the free throw line it goes. Out front, Martin.
Good defense.
And that knocked out of bounds, and it will stay Lebanon basketball.
DeRosa getting over there and knocking that pass away.
Kerrigan Kern back in for Lebanon. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. And they got a foul on Gloriana DeRosa. That'll be her third. Should be bonus free throws here, and that was the right call. The one official was going to say just out of bounds, but that definitely should have been a foul.
Oh, yes.
That and then some.
Yeah, she made demonstrative move that time.
Free throw, good. Rattles in for Mary Griffith. All of a sudden, everybody making everything, it seems like. 36-35, the lead now for the Oaks.
Oh.
And that bounces in.
Well, that's a nice soft shot for going as high up in the air as it was.
36-36, 2:30 left. Hartman into the front court, pulls up from 12 feet. That's no good. Rebound underneath. Picked up. Bartley lost it. Now put up and in by Gloriana DeRosa. 38-36, 2:10 left. Cassie Martin on the wing. Gave it up. Now picked up by Tori Martin. Back to Kern. She threw it away. Loose ball on the floor. And a timeout to the Oaks. They're going to say, somebody was going to say a travel, but.
Yeah, he had a travel over there, but he was by the coach over here who's calling a timeout. So he overrode him.
1:51 left, 38-36. The Oaks lead. They'll have the ball as well. Back in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. Final 1:45 left. Oaks in the front court here. Hartman working right side, lost it. Stolen away. Cassie Martin out on the run. Stolen back by Bartley. 1:30 left. Hartman in the front court. Left it in the middle of the floor for Bartley. Back out to Hartman. DeRosa down the lane. Goes off the glass and a little bit too strong. That will be Oaks basketball. So in it comes to Bartley in the corner. Back out to Hartman. .56. There's really no need, and Nate's going to use another timeout. I think he's out, isn't he?
He might be.
I think that's it. 54 seconds left.
Yeah, because he called the one over here for the save the jump ball, or the traveling.
Back with more in a moment. You're watching the NCSAA. Down to 50 seconds left out of the timeout. Oaks have it 38-36. Hartman gives it out for DeRosa. Oaks trying to burn some clock here. Doing a pretty good job of it so far.
Well, how long are you going to let them do this?
A while, apparently. That was almost stolen. Now we have a whistle and a foul. That will go against Cassie Martin. That's her fourth. It's only the team's sixth, though. So Lebanon has to commit another foul yet.
I see you couldn't call timeout there.
And that's picked off, so back up with it comes Martin. We're down to 15 seconds to go. Outside Griffith, baseline three, no. And the rebound carries out, and the Oaks have it, and a foul in the front court. That will go against Cassie Martin, and that might be her fifth. It is her fifth. So she is done, and we have one in the bonus free throws here for Emerson Tooch with 6 seconds left. It's 38-36.
Yeah, Martin had to come over and commit the foul before that to stop them from running the clock down. So she showed her leadership there, but now this time it cost her the time in the game.
All right, timeout. A full timeout, 38-36 with 6 seconds left. Back here in just a moment. So 1-and-1 free throws here for Emerson Tooch out of the timeout. And the free throw is missed. Down to 5 seconds. And the Oaks got the ball back. And that is going to do it. Plants and Pillars are going to win it off a missed free throw where Emerson Tooch got her own rebound. And 38-36 is the final as the Oaks win the girls 4C championship. Final totals. First off for Lebanon, 3 points for Danica Johnson, including 1 of 1 from the free throw line. 9 points for Mary Griffith. She was 3 of 4 from the line. 8 for Chloe Monk, including 2 threes. 8 points for Cassie Martin. She was 2 of 6 from the line. And 8 points for Tori Martin. Lebanon 2 of 9 from three-point range. For Plants and Pillars, 2 points for Jenna Hartman. 8 for Paige Bartley, including 0 for 2 from the line. 10 for Gloriana DeRosa. She was 2 of 6 from the free throw line. 18 points for Emerson Tooch. 4 3-point field goals. She was 2 of 5 from the free throw line. Plants and Pillars, 4 of 10 from three-point range.
All right, rebounding, first of all, for Lebanon, we had Mary Griffith with 9 rebounds. Chloe Monk had 1. Cassie Martin had 4. Tori Martin had 1. Kerrigan Kern had 2 for a total of 17. 17 for the game for Lebanon for the winning Plants and Pillars. Jenna Hartman had 2. Paige Bartley had 9 rebounds. Good job, Paige. Olivia Reese had 3. Emerson Tooch had 5. And Gloria DeRosa also had 9 for a total of 28. So rebounding was really in favor of Plants and Pillars, 28-17.
And the final is 38-36, the win for Plants and Pillars in the girls 4C championship. We'll take a break, come back with another championship matchup here in about 12 minutes. You're watching the NCSAA.